Smorgasbord Radio.
Hello, everybody. This is the SmorgShow Podcast, episode number 91, recorded January 13th, 2018. Happy New Year to everybody, and we're just waiting for... Who's my partner going to be today? I don't know. I hear some slow shuffling down the stairs. Who's it going to be?
Chris, let me in!
Oh! It's Dave.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man. Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year to you, too.
It's cold out there, huh?
Let's hope so.
What? Happy New Year?
Let's hope it's a Happy New Year, not let's hope it's cold out there.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the SmorgShow lair. I appreciate you coming out on this cold winter day.
Oh, it's fun down here.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, I do. I really like the lava lamps. You got the fringy lamp.
I kept the fringy lamp for you because I know you had been here a couple of episodes ago and you really dig the fringy lamp.
You got the picture of Pete looking like
Kim Jong-il?
Chairman Mao or somebody.
Chairman Mao, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very Asian type look. Yeah, the one of the founders of the original show, Pete McCain, had an art student do a portrait of him. He posed for it for a few hours, and I had to have it for the studio, so it's looking over us as if he had died already, and we're, keeping him up there looking over us.
And you've got a rubber chicken. That's
been here since day one. That's when we still had our website. It was chickentongue.com before we switched over to the new branding of SmorgShow. Yeah, just a little bit of history there for the listeners. So I've got to be completely honest with you. I have no material for today's show, so I have no idea where this is going to go.
Well, the goal of today is to get one show closer to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we'll just phone this one in.
Okay. So I think this is it. This is all that really qualifies. I could put it out there and call it a day.
This counts as a podcast.
It does.
Let's wrap it up.
No, we can't let people down that way. Well, no, my goal is to hit 100 this year. I think we should. It should be pretty easy to do because I've been wanting to relaunch this show for a while because we've been just putting them out a couple times a year. I want to get back into a more regular cycle.
It's kind of tough when Allie is not around, though. When Allie was here, you were cranking them out.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand it's harder for you.
Yeah, in some ways.
Because you're so used to her being here and having her respond to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of strange that I had a better, more consistent time getting episodes pushed out when she was 11, 12, 13 than she is now when she's an adult.
Yeah, well, she's busy.
She is busy. I never see her anymore. Between college and now she's teaching piano lessons to private lessons to families in the area, to, her own social life. She's never here. In fact, this weekend she's in the Wisconsin Dells at some retreat that she does with church once a year. I don't think she's actually in the band this year. I think she's just going as a leader. So here I am, 3-day weekend because we get the MLK holiday off on Monday. So it's not really a holiday I would do anything. Probably just.
Yeah, you don't usually do anything on MLK, really.
No. Yeah. So I'm just glad to have you out here.
Thank you. Oh, it's great. Thank you for having me out.
Can I get you a refill of your latte? Maybe in the next break.
Okay.
Next commercial break.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah. Other than that, just a couple of administrative tasks or up to date, to keep you up to date on the news. We had made a post, I think it was 2 or 3 days ago on SmorgShow.com, that our good friend and colleague and contributor, music contributor, Philip Donald, you've heard him here. You've met him a few times. You did an interview with him.
Yes, it's shocking. I'm shocked.
You see that news? Philip was arrested. Now, there were always these red flags over him ever since Allie brought him home that one day from the playground. It was this rather large framed gentleman.
I remember.
I never really knew his age, but he was definitely late 20s, early 30s at that time. And we're coming up on, 8-9 years. And she took him home and introduced me to him. And he had said that he was looking to kind of straighten out his life. He was overweight. He was trying to get back into shape. He wanted to tackle this music career of his. So we gave him a platform here to launch his first CD. What was it called? Such a Good Ugly Thing.
It's a fine record.
It was a fine record. And I have the first copy autographed over there. And he was going to he joined us on stage at the Carlisle for our 30th anniversary show back in, wow, I guess it's 2012 already. Wow. Can't believe it. And he was about ready to release his second album, which was going to be a kids record, singing kids nursery songs and kind of remake some of those old classics. And then he just dropped off the face of the earth, and we stopped doing the show for several years. And I just got an alert earlier last week saying that he's been arrested. He somehow made it out to Baltimore, and he was arrested for lewd incidents on an elementary school playground. And I don't have any more information than that. There is one picture that I was able to get from a local newspaper with him being hauled away in the paddy wagon. And it's actually very sad, because you look at some of the other photos we've got there on the site, and you just have these great memories of him being here. And he was turning his life around.
He was turning things around. You were helping him. He lost your influence. And now he's lost his way.
Mm-hmm. I feel kind of responsible for it, because he was on the right track when he was with us. And it's been 3-4 years since he was been on this show. And I just can't believe it. I'm shocked. I'm disappointed. I'm sure he's got his side of the story. I'm sure his lawyers are not letting him talk. We will get an update from you on this, and we will bring it to you in due time. In the meantime, I wonder if we should play one of his songs.
We should, because I'm sure there are people that don't know who he is or what he sounds like.
Yeah.
This should be very revealing.
Mm-hmm. So, well, I don't even know. I haven't, I'm going to have to dig this up.
Now, we interviewed him once on the podcast when I was here.
We did.
I remember that.
That actually might be worth playing again, in honor of Philip. But here, let's do a commercial break where he was, we launched his greatest hits. Oh, this is his album. Yeah, this is his album, Such a Good Ugly Thing. Let's play this a little bit here, and we'll be right back.
All of your favorite Philip Donald classics in one exclusive collection. Philip Donald has been loved by millions. And now, we proudly offer the most beautiful recordings ever made by Philip Donald. Classics such as Be My Valentine, Grandma's Ghosts, April Fool's Day, It's Your Birthday,
Go choking on the cake.
And don't forget about Philip's sentimental ballads, Revenge Time,
Need some duct tape to make
Shut Your Face, Such a Good Ugly Thing,
I really put this. You're such a good ugly thing.
Such a Good Ugly Thing, Philip Donald's debut album, now available in stores.
Philip
Philip Donald, Such a Good Ugly Thing, available on classic vinyl for $6.99, vintage cassette tape for $7.99, and nostalgic 8-track for $9.99.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Is there any other type of cassette tape than a vintage cassette tape?
Vintage. Wait, was it vintage vinyl?
Vintage vinyl, and I thought it was vintage
Class-
cassette. Classic cassette? No, I thought it was vintage cassette.
He had all the formats. There's no excuse for you not to own it. Well, anyway.
And I think there's an 8-track coming out on that.
Well, yeah, I think they said 8-track, didn't they?
8-tracks are coming back.
I'm just glad I got my vinyl copy here. So I thought it might be good to play the interview that you and I did with him back then, if that's okay with you.
Let's hear it.
All right.
What a talent. What a loss.
So yeah, he's I think he's here. Now he's going to come back with him. Just a few seconds here. Yeah, you missed him. He was actually, Allie brought this complete stranger home about a year ago.
That's something every father wants to happen.
Yes, especially this morbidly obese, this large framed gentleman who I'd never seen before. And apparently they met somewhere on the playground, which is also
that's not helping either.
It's also a major red flag. Guy's in his, I think, late 20s. And he started producing songs and airing them here for the first time. And now I guess he's got enough songs to put together in one big collection.
Okay.
And he's here to debut that.
And he's got an Oprah coming up.
I think so.
And he's doing a Letterman, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
How do you know this?
I get
his tweets.
Email notices from.
You signed up for his tweets? Hey, I think here he is.
Oh.
Hey, Philip.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, wow, you're looking good.
Nice to talk to you finally.
Yeah, you too.
This is Dave.
All right, I've heard of this guy.
Yeah, we talk about him a lot.
Your music, it takes me a place that I haven't been in a long, long time.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, does anyone have a towel? I'm sweating.
It is very warm out there, and you're looking very moist. So congratulations on your new CD.
Thank you. I've been getting so many calls from Granny. Congratulating me.
Granny, that's right. You live with your grandma. And
actually, I live with my mom.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. So
but my granny, she takes care of me also. So
that's good. You also dedicate a lot of your material to Granny.
Yeah. In fact, she Such a Good Ugly Thing. That's who the song's about.
And that's the title track and the name of your CD,
yeah.
Which I must say is a very interesting album cover.
Oh, thank you.
I could see the resemblance.
Thank you. That's what it was. That was our goal.
That was recorded on your 15-acre estate in Malibu?
Actually, no. It's at a park that I usually go to every weekend or so.
Oh.
Go for a hike?
Yeah, whenever I get a chance to, because I don't really like to exercise.
Yeah, we know that. I think you wrote a song about that. What was that song again?
I'd rather eat all day.
Oh, that's a fantastic song, Dave. You need to hear that.
Thank you.
In fact, Dave, we're going to make you a copy of the CD before you go.
Already have one.
Speaking of which, I have something for you guys, just as a thank you for, promoting my album.
Okay.
It's an autographed picture of the album. And I also have a copy of the CD for you guys.
Wow. That is fantastic. Look at this, Dave.
Well, thank you. This is really... is there actually a CD in there?
Oh, yes.
Oh, there is.
There is a real CD in there.
Great.
But I want vintage vinyl.
I'm sorry, we ran out of those.
Already? This is your debut.
See, my granny, when she has bingo night, her friends just get a big kick out of me, so...
Well, how about nostalgic 8-track? That's also my favorite.
I think we have a few of those left.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I'll catch up with you later. So should we play a song from Philip?
Sure, whatever you want. I mean, this is a great honor. I'm sweating again.
I know. Thank you for this framed picture. I'm going to hang this up in the studio, and we'll actually post this picture on the website of this album cover. It's going to be on iTunes starting tomorrow, right?
Oh, yes, actually. That's correct.
Wow, this is great. All right, what song should we play? What would be your favorite?
Well, Such a Good Ugly Thing is...
Let's do that one.
One of my favorites.
I like April Fool's Day, but since we just played that about a month ago, let's do the Such a Good Ugly Thing, the title track.
Right, the first one that I ever sang for you on the show, too.
This song, Philip.
What?
What was the inspiration for writing Such a Good Ugly Thing? What were you feeling at the time?
It was actually a visit. Well, it was after, visiting my granny. And the first line of the song is that I shriek whenever I see her, and it's true. So I just write about the truth and let it just come out of my heart.
Autobiographical, yeah.
From your gut.
So then
Please
there's a lot
don't
of material for you if you're writing from your gut.
Sure.
You've got a lot of material.
Yes, he does.
Well, thank you.
So let's go into that now. Without further ado, here is the title track from Philip's new CD, Such a Good Ugly Thing, on the SmorgShow Podcast.
I really appreciate you all listening to me tonight when I present to you a song that I wrote called Such a Good Ugly Thing. Hope you like it. Every time I see you, it causes me to shriek, 'cause I can't seem to see that ugly face of yours. But despite your features, you're one really. Oh, how do I really put this? You're such a good ugly thing. Such a good ugly thing. Oh, how I love you. Such a good ugly thing. Oh yeah. I love you, Granny. This is for and about you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
I'm trying to keep it together.
What is that supposed to mean?
Means I'm feeling very emotional right now.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, it does grab you.
It grabbed me.
Yeah.
You know,
it sure grabbed my granny.
Philip, my sources are everywhere, and I happen to know that you're working on a new song, which is not on this album, right? I know about it.
You're a fan.
And it's called Refrain Not to Care for Me Tomorrow. Would you tell us a little bit about that?
You did this to Baba a few weeks ago. You caught him off guard.
You guys are spoiling it for the people out there.
So, put you down as a no comment on that, or?
Let me just say that we haven't really gotten very far.
Okay, we'll leave it at that.
I'll take that. One final question. Just one last question. Most artists, when they're starting out, they start out as an opening act. They go on the road. They support a major act. You've been able to go straight to the main stage. How did you manage to do that without needing to be an opening act for somebody else? I mean, you've gone straight to the top. How did you do that? Did it just happen by itself?
Well, I think just meeting Allie, that's what did it. I mean, if it weren't for me selling sandwiches that one day and then meeting her, then I wouldn't have gone on the show. And the SmorgShow Podcast is what brought me so far.
Right.
So,
well, Allie can make you or break you in this business, that's for sure.
Thank you.
What were you doing on that playground that day, Philip? Selling sandwiches, you said, right?
Yeah, but that was after I broke the swing, because they kind of told me to get off the playground.
I could see that.
Are you eating right now?
What?
Are you eating right now?
Well, you would know that he's in the
I've
studio.
got a few candy bars stuffed in my back pockets. Do you want one?
No.
I think we should end this now. Thank you very much for joining us, Philip. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on the show.
There you go. That brings back a lot of memories. That goes back to the summer of 2011, Dave.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah.
2011.
Wow. So Allie is away this weekend, and I have not been able to share the news with her, so she's going to be heartbroken when she gets back. But anyway, I hope by the next episode we'll have more to share. Speaking of Allie, I'd like to play her new song.
Let's hear that.
We'll play her new song that's on there. She just launched a new website with her band. WanderloveOfficial.com is the new website, just launched this week, and we're going to play a song called New Kids here. This will be, I guess this is our new, remember the old days? Where do we have here? Let me see here. Here we go.
This is the SmorgShow Podcast, and it's time for New Artist of the Week.
Shut
New Kids, Wanderlove with Allie, playing some keyboards there and background vocals.
And Thomas played everything else?
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, they've been doing some gigs around the area too.
Really good.
Doing some live shows in the city. Yeah, I still feel that obligation as a parent to show up to all the shows, but I think at some point she needs to kind of take it forward. It's not like her little ballet recitals when she was little that, you know, as a parent, you go to all those things, all her choir performances. But, you know, as she's getting and doing some live shows, it's fun to show up and see. But, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that.
At some point, they'll just take off and they won't need you quite as much, but
yeah,
she appreciates you being there.
Yeah, I think she does. All right, so we've got something else here. This just in, so we've set up this Dropbox for Baba because he's back in India. He said, you guys aren't doing the show anymore. There's no reason for me to hang around anymore. His son is running the restaurant. So, cause he's 75, he just turned 75 in November, I think it was. So he's getting up there and doesn't want to work so much. So he took off, he's back in India, but I set up a Dropbox for him. So he's able to send us his recordings as he gets them. So I thought this would be a good way to just kind of fit this one in. So Baba Gonesh, master of the wide open spaces between the ears on the SmorgShow Podcast.
Hello, everybody. This is Baba Gonesh. Back on the SmorgShow Podcast. Oh, I have missed this audience so. For those of you who have been following me for many, many years, you know that I used to have a feature on this show called Thought for the Day. And that is what I'd like to do today, is give you this Thought for the Day. For this Thought for the Day, we take you to London, England, where Gandhi was studying law at University College. When he was studying college, he was studying law at University College, a Caucasian professor whose last name was Peter disliked Gandhi intensely and always displayed prejudice and animosity towards him. Also, because Gandhi never lowered his head when addressing him, as he expected, there were always arguments and confrontations. One day, Mr. Peter was having lunch at the dining room of the university. And Gandhi came along with his tray and sat next to the professor. The professor said, "Mr. Gandhi, you do not understand. A pig and a bird do not sit together to eat." Gandhi looked at him as a parent would a rude child and calmly replied, "You do not worry, Professor, I'll fly away." And he went and he sat at another table. Mr. Peter, reddened with rage, decided to take revenge on the next test paper. But Gandhi responded brilliantly to all the questions. Mr. Peter, unhappy and frustrated, asked him the following question. "Mr. Gandhi, if you were walking down the street and found a package, and within it was a bag of wisdom and another bag with a lot of money, which one would you take?" Without hesitating, Gandhi responded, "The one with the money." Of course. Mr. Peter, smiling sarcastically, said, "I, in your place, would have taken wisdom." Gandhi shrugged indifferently and responded, "Each one takes what he doesn't have." Oh, Mr. Peter by this time was beside himself, and so great was his anger that he wrote on Gandhi's exam sheet the word "idiot" and gave it to Gandhi. Gandhi took the exam sheet and sat down at his desk, trying very hard to remain calm while he contemplated his next move. A few minutes later, Gandhi got up, went to the professor, and said to him in a dignified but sarcastically polite tone, "Mr. Peter, you signed the sheet, but you did not give me the grade." And today's thought for the day moron is wit always wins over sarcasm. That is all I have today for thought for the day, and I hope you enjoyed this and take away some wisdom from Old Man Baba. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
I always feel like my head starts to spin when I listen to Baba speak, and then I can't remember like who I am or where I am.
I don't know where the last 5 minutes went. Yeah, I'm going to have to listen to that again.
But I'm glad he's doing well.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it. He sounds in fine form. As much energy as ever. I think the Holy Festival is coming up sometime in March, springtime. We're going to have to get him back here for that. Why?
You'll have to refresh me on that. The Holy Festival. I remember we talked about it once.
Yeah, it's the festival of spring, or the spring colors, and it's sort of like around Easter time, but that's when you're not safe in the streets because they all have these, I don't know, these colored powder packs, like neon color, and people come out of nowhere and just throw it at you, and it explodes all over you, and everybody's just head to toe in different colors. That's like their tradition. So
Okay.
if you're, American, you don't know what to expect, and you're there on that day. You just get pelted with these. I'm sure there's something more to it than that, but that's what I take away from that holiday. But that's in the springtime. Well, I've got one more thing for us.
What have you got?
We're going to call our old friend from high school, Jerry Malauskas. Now, this is not going to mean anything to anybody who's new to the show, but I thought Jerry has been on the show many times. He has contributed to a lot of our radio plays. In fact, he was in the radio play that we just did in the last episode, episode 90. We did the Hitchcock Rope. He played one of I forgot his name already. An old man in there. He did a great job. He does great old men. But anyway, Jerry was in our high school days and did the show with us many times. And he just sent out a text message just a little while ago to everybody on his contact list. So there's like, 50 people in this text message saying, hey, heads up, I just got a new phone. Here's my new phone number. Apparently he dropped his old phone in the toilet.
Which he's done twice.
This is not the first time that he's lost
done that twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is number 2. And he just got a new phone. So I'd like to hear a little bit more about that. And let's give him let's give him a call.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. What's up, my man?
Well, wait a minute. You got a 312 phone number as well?
I'm calling you from the SmorgShow Podcast hotline, 312-95-SMORG. Is that what's
okay.
Is that what's showing up?
Yeah, that's what's showing up.
Yeah. Hey, Dave's here.
But my phone number is 312 as well.
Oh, and Dave's getting on too.
Dave?
Dave's here.
Hey, buddy.
You want to put the headphones on?
No, I can hear him.
You can hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hey. Well, I see you're out and about, eh?
Yep. Just grabbing some coffee.
Yeah, that's cool.
We're trying out the new functionality of rehooked up Skype and all that, and I haven't tried this out. Do we sound okay?
You sound fine.
Excellent. You sound great too. Did you get an iPhone?
No, I didn't get an. I got an LG.
The reason why I asked was because.
But I got the LG. I got the LG because it had a 13 megapixel camera, so I figure.
Yeah.
I don't have a standard. What do you call it? Digital camera right now, so I figure for the meantime it'll work.
Yeah, the only reason why I asked is that when I sent you a text message, it was in blue, and usually that means that there was an iPhone connection through iMessage instead of green.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I was a surprise that I saw that, but anyway, yeah, I see that you ticked somebody off.
You think I'm gonna pay for a friggin' iPhone?
No, that's why I was surprised.
Yeah.
So anyway,
well, I don't know. Maybe they're mimicking something, but. Yeah, unfortunately, another fumble fingers into the toilet.
You dropped your cell phone in the toilet?
Again?
Yeah.
You
mean twice?
Yeah, again, yeah.
You got to stop recording those.
Yeah.
Those dirty videos.
make me a lot of money. What are you talking about? I was at the doctor and was waiting, and I had to go and use the bathroom, and I had it in my hand, and those earplugs were on, and then the ear, it came off of the earphones, the plug, and then right into the toilet. And I dragged it right out and tried to dry it out right away.
Yeah. Now, at the risk of being too personal here, how was the? Was it clean? Like, had you already been there for a while?
Yeah, no, it was a clear toilet. It had been flushed. It's clear water.
Okay.
Clear toilet water.
Because that would have been really bad if you had done your business and it went in. But
I do have one upside that I can talk about. My cholesterol, it's from 3 months ago, but they did they call it lipid panel, so they test your cholesterol.
Yeah.
Because it had been the 225 before, so they throw me on some medicine. Pisses me off. Anyway, we're changing up my diet because I had been doing a lot of egg and cheese and all that, so I kind of went back to being more vegan.
Mm-hmm.
I guess with the cholesterol medicine and changing my diet, it was at 116.
That's great.
Wow.
It's like 120 is supposed to be like the best or perfect or whatever. So I'm lower than that. Well,
that's your total number?
That's the total number. That's the total number.
Wow.
They said my LDL wasn't I think HDL is the good one, right?
Yeah.
And the LDL is the bad one. My LDL was low. My HDL was high. The only thing that was not the best was my triglycerides were still kind of high. But other than that, it's fine.
Well, what you should do is you need to get that number broken down into the various components. See, I have to follow this. Yeah, except here's the thing. HDL, which is the good cholesterol, it's best to be over 150 with just that number alone. So if your total is, I don't know how it works when your total is below the optimal number of the HDL. You know what I mean? So let's say, the average person who, let's say, they always say shoot for 200. If somebody has like 175 of LDL, which is like the bad cholesterol, and 25 of HDL, the total number is 200. Mm-hmm. That's really good. But when you break it down into the individual components, that's an awful ratio to have because your HDL should be.
No, but I talked to my doctor about it and it said that those ratios were.
Yeah. So Dave, I've got high cholesterol. Mine typically ranges between 230 and 250, but because my HDL, which is the good cholesterol, is so high, the ratio overall of the good to bad is like 3-to-1 or something. So my 250 isn't bad because of the HDL being so high. So that's why they always say, don't look at just the total number, look at the individual components. But
see, my doctor never goes into that at all, ever.
Yeah.
The ratio.
No.
My total is 125.
Wow. See, that's really low.
Which is really good. But here's how it broke down. My triglycerides are 177, so that's a bit high. My HDL is 52. My LDL is 28.6.
Wow, I've never heard of LDL being that number, that low, because usually it's like you should get like 120 or below, I think, which you are.
Well, I'm just showing you what the.
Yeah. Wow, it's like you're an alien or something.
And then I mean, maybe it's they took another thing. It probably won't stay at that. It'll probably go up, but the next time that they do it. Also, I asked the guy last time to do a test so I know what my blood type is. He freaking forgot to do it. I asked him like a couple of times, could you please make sure that you do this test? Didn't fucking do anything.
So
I got to find a new doctor.
You don't know your blood type?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you should probably know that. And you should carry that around with you.
Too,
but that isn't something you normally.
About it,
yeah.
Your doctors don't normally tell you what that is, do they?
No, you have to have a certain test for that.
No, they don't. And I think that's ridiculous. You should know it.
I know mine because of the transplant, but
yeah, I guess if you had gone through that, you'd know.
Otherwise, how would you know?
Yeah,
I never had a doctor.
That's
tell me
it.
that before.
All my blood tests over the years, I've never had that reported out. I just know it from, I think, when I had my appendectomy. I mean, I think I found out that I was O positive.
I'm sorry, but you should know that.
You should. And you should have one of those cards on you in your wallet in case you're found laying somewhere and they have to rush you off and need blood transfusion.
Here's the deal. I have my what do you call it? My driver's license. And all it says on there is RH factor. That's all it says.
Your RH factor's on your driver's license?
A group. Yeah. Yeah, they tell you it was on the driver's license. You know.
I don't have that in mind, do I?
don't know.
Does everybody have that? I don't remember seeing anything about my blood type on my license.
The reason I think it's good to know your blood type is there's this really neat book out that I think it's pretty valid, where it discusses the type of diet that would be best for you based on what your blood type is.
There's a book on that. Yeah.
Yes. Do you know of it?
There's people have debunked that though, said that it's bullshit.
Yeah, I think there's something to it.
So,
like if you're A,
again, that's controversial. It's not a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means a certain type of diet, well balanced.
Yeah, I think that came out like 20 years ago. So it probably things have changed.
Well, whatever. I mean, maybe there's validity, maybe not. I'm just saying the thing is a lot of people use that as like an argument against people going vegetarian or vegan. So, and your blood type doesn't allow it. But people who have done it have done well. Other people maybe don't. But that could be a lot of the different factors. Blood type might just be one of them.
Right.
But I don't think blood type in itself is going to be. I guess because they say based on your ancestry, that your ancestors were probably more meat eaters in that particular blood type as opposed to others, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I was surprised about the whole thing myself. But I mean, like I said, the high triglycerides. Well, the thing is, I'm very fond of starchy foods, like crackers and bread and all, which I know I've got a low. And I actually, when I have it myself, when I make meals, if I have any bread, I get like flat bread and real thin stuff, and try not to have too much.
Yeah.
When I go out, that's when I don't do the right thing.
Well, all those carbs get converted to sugars, and that could affect your triglycerides.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they did one this last time I went through, and it was by accident. They would have went ahead and did it because they asked you, "Well, did you have breakfast this morning?" I said, "No." Actually, that's right. I went to the doctor totally because I was kind of concerned about if I ate anything, if it might affect my blood pressure when I took my blood pressure, because that's the main thing I'm concerned about. So I thought, well, maybe take my medicine and empty stomach, which isn't really the best because, you feel a little weird when you take medicine. But it was fine. The only thing that irritated me is I had to wait over 2.5 hours to see the doctor.
That's terrible.
Even though I had an appointment at 11, I didn't see them until after 1.
Oh, that is horrible.
No excuse for that.
I know. That's why I got to go and get a new doctor.
When you had your lipid panel, did you fast for that? You're supposed to fast for that test.
Both times. Both times.
Okay.
Listen to us. We sound like a bunch of old men.
Because they took.
We sound like a bunch of old men here.
We're not talking about our with aches and pains.
With our medical. Yeah, well, when I got my blood test.
Oh, God.
It's only going to get worse from here.
I tell you, when we were 25, we weren't talking about blood tests. That's for sure.
No, we were talking about.
and how we couldn't get any. Well, me anyway.
Speak for yourself. I was in my prime then.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway, so I didn't eat. I went to bed, and then I didn't eat in the morning. So they figured that was enough time for, and it would have been 12. Because when I left there, they drew blood for me as well. I was kind of lightheaded there. I hadn't eaten. They drew blood for me. It's like, fuck. I had to get something to eat soon. But anyway, so yeah. So because I didn't have breakfast, I said, well, just draw some more blood for another lipid panel. So, okay. Did it.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll find out if it's probably not going to be that low again. That's probably maybe
Well, stay off of those eggs and the cheese, and it will.
Yeah,
and
I can't believe it. Eggs and cheese and sugar, and you got a 126. And that's just. I think you're an alien. I think you are a unique species, Mr. Malauskas.
No. I got rid of the egg and cheese and didn't eat.
That's what I'm saying.
You got rid of it before this test?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When I did that last test 3 months ago, because when they did it before and it was at 225, they're like, oh shit, this is really, that was around summertime. I said, okay, what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut back. I'm going to go back to being, I was being ovo-lacto vegetarian and went back to being, primarily 90% vegan, 90% vegan. And I wasn't eating anything with eggs or anything with cheese.
All right. So going back to your 225 number, do you have the breakdown of the LDL, HDL from that? Because that is,
what? I don't know if they printed that. I don't know if they printed that one out for me.
Okay.
I probably should have asked for that, but I didn't. Doesn't matter. I'm going to be going with a different doctor, and I'm going to be focusing on something else. I'm trying to go with somebody who's a little more holistically minded, who actually wants to try to wean their patients off of pharmaceuticals, so I don't have to be popping pills all the time.
Yeah, good idea.
Because this one's like, I asked her, so wait, I don't want to be like taking pharmaceuticals forever. I mean, well, yeah, that's a great idea, but I can't guarantee. It's like, it was basically, it's like I was saying something like ridiculous to her. Because actually, this doctor was a replacement for the doctor I had, Dr. Rana, who was a very old doctor who now decided to retire. They didn't tell me that when I went to see him on Friday. Well, I knew I wasn't going to see that doctor, but the new doctor, I guess, had been kind of overwhelmed with his workload, and she was way behind. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm not going to be with them any longer. I got a good cardiologist, which I'm going to stick with.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Now, wait a minute.
When I go to see the cardiologist, what?
Cardiologist? You never said you were seeing. You never told me you were seeing a cardiologist.
Dr. Arana wanted me to see a cardiologist because of my blood pressure and my cholesterol being as high as they were. So
did you have
he just basically
interviewed
me and said, "Huh?
Did you have an EKG? Did they give you all that kind of stuff, or that's why they want you to go?"
Oh, I got an echocardiogram and an EKG. Yeah, no, but they should have gotten that information from Dr. Ron because he ordered those tests last year, and they were fine. They came out fine.
Good.
I just closing the door.
You're on the toilet again?
In my apartment.
Oh, okay. Hopefully
no, I'm not on the toilet.
You sound like you're in the bathroom. Stay away from that toilet.
Don't drop your phone anymore.
Yeah.
Wear it on a chain around
He is
your
on
neck.
the toilet. I heard a
I tell you what, with friends like you, who needs enemies?
Anyway, I wanted to call to say hello, Happy New Year, and maybe we can get together sometime soon. Yeah. It's been a while.
What are you doing tonight, Jerry?
Well, a little laundry and some errands and stuff. So
okay,
that's my evening.
Very good.
Party on.
Yeah. Well, good catching up with you. Let's get together soon.
Hey, when you're over 50, that's a good time.
Well,
you had your laundry night the other night. How'd that go?
Yeah, I did laundry yesterday. It was great.
Just a tip to keep
it's a real event.
Just keep the red clothes out of the whites. Don't do that. I knew a friend that had a problem with that once.
Yeah. Yes, you did. You know about that, right, Jerry? Chris is like, yeah.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
The pink underwear.
In college, yeah.
That was
like, yeah, I'm going to do laundry. Yeah. I'm like, well, I got some whites.
That was Larry. That was not me. I didn't do that to you.
Larry did that?
Yeah.
We all know
okay, so I'll kill Larry then.
We all know that, yeah. Well, come on, man.
I wore pink underwear for a year.
You what?
Yeah, for a year. Everything that I had that used to be white was pink.
Yes. Well, that's okay. You still came out with your manhood intact, so.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, from one man to another.
There's nothing wrong with a man wearing pink underwear.
No, there isn't.
Nothing wrong with a man commenting about another man's manhood. What's that?
Yeah.
Actually, maybe there is.
All right, Jerry. Well, thanks for giving us. I think you've given us some good bonus content for the premium subscribers.
Well, maybe we'll have to get together and you have a nice steak and a wine spritzer.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
It's not wrong at all.
Oh, God. That's okay. I'll talk to you later. Talk to you guys later.
Okay. All right, bye.
Spin a slice, Jerry.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the SmorgShow Podcast.
All right, we're back. Well, Dave.
That was a very energetic conversation. It always is.
I kind of regret going down that road.
Let's see. We talked about lipid panels. We talked about blood type. What else did we talk about? The ratio of LDL to HDL.
Yeah.
Blood pressure.
By the way, we don't recommend you taking any of our medical device. If I had given that out in the last 10 minutes or so, we recommend that you seek your own physician.
And we talked about pink underwear.
Absolutely, and yes. That is, yeah, in college.
And that's what you have to look forward to if you're under 50 to talk about.
Under 50. Oh, those.
Yeah, for the younger folks.
This is coming your way.
That's what you have to look forward to.
That's really sad. Yeah, that's what we end up talking about now. You get together after a long time. Hey, how's it going? It could be better. I just got back from the doctor.
Oh, my back.
Oh, my back. I'm on this med.
Well, that was we used to mess around. We had a joke where you're talking to somebody much younger than you, and you mention, say, a group that you like the Beatles.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. And then the response is, oh, I don't know them. And then we would go, oh, my back.
Oh, my back. Indicating that you're old. Yeah. Okay. A lull in the conversation. I'm going to have a heck of an ending.
That means something when there's a lull. It's supposed to mean something. It
means a big creative wave is coming soon. I think.
Or the blood sugar is dropping.
I think it's more like that. Yeah. Well, I don't have anything else. I think we've not bad for having no material. Well, I guess. We don't have any more stories, do we?
No. No, I don't have anything else today. But we cranked one out.
We did.
And you're getting much closer to 100. Now, what are you going to do for the 100th show? Do you have any thoughts on that yet?
I didn't even have any ideas for number 91 yet, so don't ask me about 100. But you're right. I need to start thinking about that because I knew that we were going to do a 30th anniversary show, a year before we did that.
We should do a remote from DeKalb.
DeKalb? Yeah. What, from our old apartment?
Well, no, but it's just a thought. We could do a remote from our old haunts.
I don't know. I don't really have too many good memories of DeKalb.
Then maybe we won't do that.
It's kind of funny because when I was there, I couldn't wait to get out because there were so many awful things happening in the college life. But time has healed all wounds, and I actually, the good memories still surface.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Just to finish, go back to that the laundry discussion. We didn't really talk about that on the call with Jerry. I just remember we had another roommate who did laundry. He took the liberty of doing all of our laundry together, or at least your laundry with his.
Right. It was like, yeah, Dave, I'm doing laundry. You got anything?
Right. Because back then if you didn't have you had to pay. You had to pay for each load.
Right.
So you wanted to help each other out when you could. If you had room in you have room for, a couple pair of underwear or a shirt I'm going to wear later tonight.
Right.
Oh yeah. Throw right in.
So I must have said, are you doing any whites or something to that effect?
Oh yeah. I'm doing whites.
I got a yes, I'm sure at some point. And I thought, well, okay.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it, man.
Hand it over.
You're a good friend.
Thanks.
And a couple hours later.
And I had pink underwear for a year.
Well, back up a minute. He delivered it to you. Didn't really tell you anything that was wrong. I don't know if he put it in your drawers or something, or just dumped it out on your bed or something. But I remember sitting in the other room with him, and you come out with your underwear in hand or something that should be white, and it was bright pink. And you're like, Larry, is this your idea of a joke?
I remember once you told me that I was more upset about having all my whites destroyed than I was about the time you broke my guitar.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Oh man,
Do you remember when you broke the neck off my guitar? I handled that pretty well.
I was thinking you were gonna. That was it.
I didn't even have that professionally fixed. I just glued it back on.
You glued it because it had broken before,
and it still played fine.
But I didn't know it was broken, or I had forgotten about it. And I'm playing it. You had your guitars in your bedroom, and you were out at a class or something. Like, I'm gonna go jam on Dave's guitar. Never mind that I don't know how to play. I just like to hold it, and somehow it just snapped. Like the neck came totally off.
Yeah, you didn't hold it right. You have to hold it.
Yeah, I realized that afterwards.
Yeah,
I think I
close to the body, not from the the head.
I didn't even know the basics of guitar.
That's okay.
But it looked cool when I had it in my
But I handled
hand.
it pretty well. I mean, I could have gone.
Yeah, you could totally ballistic on me. Yeah, but you didn't. Like, oh man, that's no problem. I'll get it fixed.
I was more upset about having no underwear.
Larry, I got pink underwear. And then I know we would just watch you leave for the day, and we knew what you were wearing underneath.
If anybody ever knew.
I don't know how you handled yourself on dates. Well, if it ever got that way.
My goodness.
Good times, good times. Well, how can we end a show on that? Or how can we not? That's a great way to end the show. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm spent.
All right. Well, that's the end of another episode of the Smorg Show Podcast. Check us out at smorgshow.com and pretty much any social media platform. Just search for Smorg Show and you'll find us, or call us 312-95-SMORG SMORG and you'll get a hold of us some way or another. I want to thank Dave Jackson for bracing the cold, coming out here on this cold January day, and we'll do it again soon, Dave.
Oh, let's warm up already. Come on.
All right.